just watch right here. Whatever Barkley's saying to the kid, yeah, I don't understand it. Only the people who are in front of the Australian bench would know. Keep an eye on the distance. Look for the three-point line. Look where that NBA line is, and he is a step beyond. So he would be behind the old NBA line.
Who led with 16 against China in Wednesday's win. Hey, coming back with another three is Shane Heal. Game high scorer is that fellow Shane Heal with 28 points. And 8 from downtown.
What has changed in international basketball since you were competing?
Probably not a lot has changed. I think probably the biggest thing is that people know a lot of the international players now from around the world because so many of them are playing in the NBA, so the exposure's probably changed.
What's your perspective on the Boomers squad for the London Games?
I really like our team. I think we've got a really good mix of youth and experience, and a lot of experience from European leagues now, which makes our team a lot tougher as well. Obviously it would have been great to have Andrew Bogut there and would have made our chances even better.
What Australian player should we look out for?
Probably the two would be Daly. Matthew Dellavedova is a hell of a player for a 21-year-old or 22-year-old. Great kid, so I think he's going to have a really good games. And Joe Ingles is the other one. He's always been a favourite of mine and great guy, great player. Had a lot of international experience now playing at Barcelona, so I think he'll have a good tournament.
How do you think they'll go, and who would be the most competitive and toughest opponent?
Well, in our pool, I think Spain and Brazil are the two toughest teams. Spain have got NBA players and great European players as well, so they've got all the depth and they've won gold medals in the past, so that's going to be a really big matchup for the Boomers. But we're certainly capable of beating anyone on a particular night.
Now you've played obviously in Australia, America, overseas in Europe. What's your thoughts on international basketball in terms of reffing?
Well, there's always going to be some inconsistencies in reffing when it comes to Olympics and World Championships because you get so many interpretations from refs from all around the world. And obviously they have to be able to change to be able to try and keep a consistency, which doesn't always happen.
Now, from the experience that you've had, do the men's and the women's teams unite and support one another? Like, are they there at each other's games?
Well, you can't always get to the games because you're playing every second day, so you've got training and recovery and physio and team meetings and everything else, so you don't always get an opportunity to go to the games. But you're always supporting each other, and it's not just the basketball team supporting each other because you're sitting in the village and in your room supporting every athlete that plays for Australia, and you might be in the meal hall and you're having dinner with someone from the Awesome Foursome or swimming team or whatever else, and your pride comes out in representing the green and gold.
Someone like Matt Nielsen, who is a veteran of the Olympic team, what's his perception compared to someone like Matthew Dellavedova, who is going in with his first Olympic game? What would each expect? Yeah, it's funny, from Matty Nielsen, who's been to, I think this is his third Olympics and an experienced campaigner, I think you make the most of every opportunity. You know it's going to be his last. It's crucial for him to be able to lead his team, and he can sort of tell everybody else what to expect as well. From Dellavedova's point of view, he's just wide-eyed. He can't wait to get out there. He's just enthusiastic and ready to be able to have a crack. Probably not scared of a whole lot of things as well, knowing Matty. So, I think that's why he'll have a really good tournament as well. Assistant coach to the Boomers in the past. What don't people know about your time with the Boomers? Well, I had a great couple of years with the Boomers as assistant coach. I loved every moment of it, and a different perspective, obviously, being an assistant coach and the amount of work that you do on tape and preparation and looking at it from a different perspective. So I really enjoyed my time and valued the experience now coming into the Sydney Kings job as well, but completely different role than just worrying about playing and running a team and all the rest of it. A lot more hours, I can tell you that, but probably just too much of a sacrifice for me at the stage of my life with young kids to be away for 3 months of the year. Down the track again, maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure. I really want to concentrate on this Kings job, and again, with a young family, I enjoy being around home rather than having to travel and sacrifice too much. It's been great. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Good to be here, and I always love talking about the Boomers, and great memories for me being able to represent Australia, and I was so honoured to be able to do it.
O'Neill 18, Mitch Richmond 16, as once again 7 scored a double figure. And that's great sportsmanship with Charles Barkley and Shane Heal. Right at center.